Good morning. Beautiful. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Let's clear the space. Let's check in. How is everyone doing today? Today to be showing up. Last week was cuckoo pants, integrating so many things. I recorded a video when astrologer takes a break from astrology and posted that, and everyone was so supportive and so lovely and wonderful. And today, I have been fasting. Hi, Jane. Hello. Nice to see you. I had been fasting for 3 days. I had done a juice fast before, but this was the first time that I did like a fast. And I broke my fast this morning. And after this live, I'm going to have like my first like solid food since Thursday evening. And it was such a moment of, like I said in the video this morning, it wasn't aesthetic, it was about clarity. Clarity in my channel and clarity in what's been coming up for me. Just wanting to just show up. Hello. I've been wanting to just show up for you and show up for my work and mission and not have it be so super duper structured all the time. And so you can see them. I finally found a placement of the table where you can kind of see the things in my selenite that I keep here. My cards are right here, but I think at some point I'm going to have it spread out so you can see the table as well. So my intention today is to hold space and to create this container. If anyone has a question as to what's coming up for them, we're going into Leo season tomorrow. Mars is going to be conjunct the South Node, opposite the North Node. There's a lot that might feel like it's, like I posted today, like if life feels like it's falling away or falling apart, it might just be that you've leveled up and that it's been internal, and the internal work that you've been doing was creating a paradigm. We sometimes we forget that when we do the inner work, the old structure around us, let me rephrase. If our thoughts, words, actions, and intentions create the paradigm around us, when you do inner work and you change your thoughts, words, actions, and intentions, the outer universe, your paradigm falls down and a new one comes to be. And so if you've been feeling like, why is everything falling apart? Or what is going on? What's happening? But you're like, but I'm meditating, I'm eating better, I'm, using I statements, I'm, calming my nervous system and breathing more. I'm, releasing and flowing with the cycles of the moon. I'm, watching my own cycles. I'm seeing my trauma response patterns. And you're like, what could be different? Why is everything falling apart? It's like, because you are different. Because you are different, and that's a beautiful thing. So it feels as though if I am a vibrational match for you, which I am because you're here, then there might be some things that are falling apart so that new things can come to be. So let's pull some cards for the collective and for what this collective could benefit from seeing today. Awesome, Jane. A lot of clarity lately. I'm so happy to hear that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Love it. Love it. Tons of clarity. That's huge. And it might just come out of like literal thin air. This is on the bottom of the deck, so I really love that. I love that. First card to pop out. Sometimes I don't do reversals, but I kind of want to keep them reversed because I feel like this is behind us. I feel like there's been this moment of, I'm going to keep them all straight up, just for funsies. You're ready for a new paradigm. You're ready for something new. You're ready for something, a new door to open. I honestly, and I think that this even reverse, if you wanted to read it reverse, could say that's what you're coming into, that this season of maybe not knowing where to go or what to do is kind of behind you. So I really love that. Next two cards to come up. I was thinking about which one is it? It's backwards. Sorry. I was thinking about the 10 of cups before I signed on today because this is where I'm just going to do it like this so I don't confuse myself. This is where the north node is right now. The north node in the sky, and I follow the mean node and the mean Lilith, so the true node might be in a different placement, but it's at 20 degrees of Pisces. So this is the last decan of Pisces, which goes from 20 to 29 degrees of Pisces. The next, when the north node shifts, because the nodes go backwards, when the node shifts into 19 degrees of Pisces, it's going to be in the 9 of Cups energy. So if you're keen to really work with, I have a whole Tarot Essentials program. I just updated it. I'm so proud. There's channeling through the tarot there, but we go through every single card. We go through the astrology that matches with the tarot and all different things. So if this language resonates for you, just know that there's this beautiful program that's just been updated. I didn't change the price. I just gave it more oomph and more love. And as always, if any of these messages resonate, let me put the link for donations. I always forget to do that to keep the cafe open. Yay. Okay, beautiful. So these two cards together really say to me, you've got something inside of you. Good morning, Susanna. Good morning. It's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. Just so you can see, this is where we started, and now this is where we are right here, and this was underneath it. How do I say? Going into the 9 of Cups energy, the North Node going into the 9 of Cups energy, I really love, because I feel like there's some, maybe in the best of ways, some fantasies that have been kind of like popped, that were like, I thought I was going to be this. We're like, no, it's not that. Or I thought I was going to be like this. It's like, no, it's not like that. And it's not that you're being punished. It's just that there's something better on the horizon. There's something better. The 9 of Cups is called the Make-A-Wish card. So it might be, you thought it was going to be this happy, sustainable situation, but notice that there's no structures. They're just vibing outside under the 10 of Cups. So it might be that there are, different structures that you're building within yourself, inside of yourself. Oh, if you did not hear that siren, a siren just went off. So validation, palabras certas, to say that you've got something to offer the world that's like, oh yeah, I just know how to do that. I just like know how to do that. Or just, I'm pretty good at that. I'm really good at that. And sometimes when we're good at something, when you're empathetic or have gone through seasons of life in childhood where maybe it wasn't okay or safe to be good at something, you discredit your own abilities and capabilities because you're like, it's a trauma response, basically, to say, like, I'm just naturally good at this. I want to share it with the world. I want to show the world who I am, or maybe I'm channeling now, or I'm doing something that's outside the norm of what, these people knew me as. This is a whole season. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. This is a whole season of death and rebirth. This is the Scorpio card. So it's not death, it's the white rose that death carries. It's literally behind everything. We go through seasons of life and death, and we go through seasons. It's actually, I had an idea to record a video. I just want to make sure that I write it down before, because it's coming up. Okay. Okay. So the Scorpio card, the death card coming up, really says to me, some qualifying cards. Like, unless it's a resounding yes, don't do it. Be in this season, but love upon yourself. Yeah, there might be feelings of stagnation. There might be feelings of, it doesn't feel like it's the world stagnating. It feels as though maybe there's what's the word I'm looking for? like an apprehension of sharing your gifts, of sharing who you are. Maybe this is good morning, good morning. Maybe this is a creative expression. Maybe this is channeling. Maybe this is, I want to even open my own YouTube or just start posting or writing or something, or just there's like a 0 to 1 that like something new is here and it feels super inherent. It feels super built in. And maybe it's like, I'm doing this in private, I'm doing this in secret. That, yeah, is really, there's a stagnation, and we can blame it on the Mercury retrograde, absolutely, or we can utilize the Mercury retrograde to come up with language as to how we want to share it with the world. The phrase that really resonates with me is, someone that's doing better than you is never going to judge you. So when we worry, is like, is somebody going to judge me? Is somebody going to get mad or get triggered by me doing this? Okay, let them get mad. Let them get mad. Let them be triggered by you being authentic. And there's never a moment that you being bright and bold and powerful is meant to take from anyone else on this planet. You being your most authentic self is all that matters, is all that matters. And by living that vibration, by living that truth, you allow the people around you to choose. Do I want this person in my life? Do I not want this person in my life? Do I want to be in this person's life or do I not? Susanna, let them has been the most freeing concept for me. That is so beautiful. It's just so, it's freeing and powerful. And so it's just, I'm so grateful for you saying that, because there's been moments that, yeah, for myself as well, in the past week, of me saying, like, if my truth is not for you, if me expressing my love for you is disconcerting to you, then that's okay. That is a you problem. That is totally okay. I'd rather express my honesty and never let that diminish, never shapeshift to make someone else's reality more important than mine. We can all live in our universes. We can all live in our realities as we do here at the cafe. We know that it's possible. So when it comes up in our lives, when it comes up in our daily, it's an opportunity for me to say, okay, am I going to diminish and let this person's reality be more important than mine? Or I'm going to stay in my honesty and my sovereignty and just say, oh, thank you for sharing. That's not my reality. I appreciate you sharing yours. And neither the better or worse than. You're not wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm not right. You're not right. Like, it's just, we're allowed to see things in our own way. My mom used to say, everybody goes to the parade, but everyone sees it differently, or everyone experiences it differently. So I always love that phrase. And it does. It feels like there's an aspect to intuition, putting yourself first. Yes, I love that. I love that. Putting yourself first. Nobody's living your life. It's very true. At the end of the day, you're the only one that has to look back at yourself in the mirror. So I want to be proud of myself, and I want to be grateful for what I've experienced and what I've shared and what I've done and how I've lived my life. Yeah, it's something that really came out of this weekend for me, which was, it's not about where I am, it's the vibration that I'm in. And so I can, complain that things aren't the way that I want them to be, or I can puss around and you don't have the thing that you wanted, and you're not getting the download that you wanted to have the thing that you want. You don't know where to go. It's like, well, then maybe you're right in the right spot at the right time. And maybe show up, maybe dress the pot, maybe just like get your swagger on and be in the vibe instead of pissing and moaning. I'm happy that that resonates. I'm so grateful that that resonates. Yeah, there's an aspect to our intuition that sometimes we want to keep as very precious, that we want to keep as very safe and secure. And it's something that I've noticed in client sessions. I notice it in my membership group, the Divine Sovereign Room, which is such a beautiful, powerful group of people, such a community, where sometimes we don't feel safe to share our more spiritual side. Sometimes we don't have people in our daily that we can, in our human day-to-day reality, that we can talk about things with, that we can share this type of inner work with. And it makes us feel a little bit lonely. It makes us feel very like, am I the weird one? Or am I like, is it me? Am I the problem? Like, Oh, Suzanne, I love that. I'm so grateful for you saying that. I absolutely love that group. It's just so powerful. And there's like, I've expanded each month. There's 9 available articles for July alone right now. Like, there's just so much goodness in there. So if you're interested in joining the membership group, I'll put the link for the membership group in the description. So membership group. It's just so gorgeous. And it's for those that are creating their own paradigm. They're doing it with authenticity and with sovereignty, and it might feel awkward, but when you have community, you can fly. And this is more air energy. This is a lot. Somebody got punched in the ego is for sure. Somebody got punched in the ego. Somebody got punched in the ego, and it wasn't fun. So I honor you. Yeah, you don't have to make massive moves until you're ready to. Just because the world is so fast doesn't mean we have to, like, it's late July. I don't know where June went. I'm sorry, but like time is wonky for me. But you're not in any rush. Just because the world is rushing, it doesn't mean that you have to rush to keep up with it. It means that slowing down is the medicine. I often feel inadequate talking in woo-woo language, but my future self is poking me to do it, so I have no choice but to say the words. That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. And it's really knowing, what's helped me before is knowing that that season of it sounding strange to you is such a small season. It's like when you're learning another language and you're like, I kind of got to stink at it for like a little bit of time. But the more you speak it and stink at it, the better you get at it. So it only feels like such a long season because we don't take those few action steps, because we don't take those few initial steps. But once you start and try it on, amazing. Just, it's amazing. It feels so good to be able to say, this is me. This is me. And it's never as, we can, what is the phrase? Catastrophize pretty much anything until we step into it and we're like, oh, I wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I can do this. This is wonderful. And especially when it comes to woo, we know this language. We know this language in our heart and in our soul and in our being. So the right words will come at the right moment. And it's just like channeling. It's just like any sort of channeled message where we just got to get out of the way, or any sort of healing work, any sort of energy work. We get out of the way and the energy comes through. We get out of the way and the words come. And so it's a powerful moment what you're in right now. And so I'm here with you. I'm seeing it in the cards, and I'm just seeing, yeah, there's the Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords reversed. It's very retrograde. It's very what we've been talking about. In the membership group, we have, a whole article and a whole audio on healthy ego integration, and that this season, because all the retrogrades in July 2025 are in fire signs, we might feel like we've gotten punched in the face. This is Aries, or most of them are in Aries. So Saturn, Neptune, and Chiron all going retrograde are in Aries, where Mercury retrograde is in Leo, or it already is retrograde. But it might feel like we've gotten punched in the face. And Aries literally runs the face. So you might be having face issues or skin issues, things coming up in that capacity, because it's all about ego. It's all about ego. And so when we incorporate healthy ego integration, it's just to say, trying on those words, a person that loves you, and I'll use Anastasia for Anastasia, I can't, please correct me whichever it is saying, whereas if you're trying to speak woo to someone for the first time and they love you and that person loves you and cares about you, or if it's a stranger, they're not going to be like, you just made up that word, or that sounds silly or stupid. That's, if they do, then the words for you to say after is, thank you for showing me who you are, and I'm going to go. I'm going to go. And that's so okay. It's so okay for that to happen. It doesn't make it feel good at the time. It's not like, how do I say? The first time, and I've shared this before, when I was living with a roommate, it was in COVID time, and I was in my room and I was pulling my cards. Like, I've had tarot cards since I was a girl. So this was in my personal life, very common, but I was corporate through and through. So I'm going from like a corporate person to like publicly channeling and pulling tarot cards all within a quarantine time. And so I was like, okay, Sarah, you've been pulling cards in your room, you've been doing all this. Like, it's time to go out into the living room because you also live here and you can't stay in your room forever. You have a beautiful apartment. It ended up being a funeral home that they didn't keep up to snuff. So it wasn't actually the healthiest place for Sarah, an open channel to be, but that's stories for other days. But I said, go to the table and pull your cards out in the living room. What's the worst thing that could happen? You're gonna get laughed at. Worst case scenario, some like your roommate's gonna laugh at you. And I was like, okay, we can do this. Let's do it. Let's do it. And so I went out. I was up very first thing in the morning. Like my sleep schedule was like I'd be in bed by 4 p.m. and up by like 11, 12 midnight, and I would be like doing my woo. I went full hermit mode in COVID time. And my roommate woke up. She was kind of a late riser. So I'd been just like in my flow, listening to good music and having a good time. And the very first thing that she did was point at me and laugh. Very first thing was point at me and laugh. And I stopped and I just like kind of was a little bit like, okay. So my greatest fear was realized. I recognized that this person wasn't my friend. And it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Because in the moment, I was like, oh, this has more to do with you than it does me. Me living my life in my truth, that that's not some like, what? What? And so I want to offer to you, like, it doesn't feel good, but it actually is a lot because we've catastrophized the situation so many times. When it happens and it's kind of like what I thought it was going to be, I was like, oh, this is easy. I just recognize that we won't be friends in the future. Amazing. Check, done. And so it gives you that opportunity to, you've already catastrophized the worst case scenario numerous times. So it's never going to be as bad as you think it's going to be. But yeah, it's a very, what do I say? It's a beautiful moment when you view it from above, when you get to find your people. And in this ever changing world, it could be online, it could be in person. And I would rather people not choose me based on who I am than have people choose me based on a lie. So I like to show up authentically. I like to show up completely, honestly, and speak for my statements and just say, this is me. If it resonates, amazing. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's okay. That's so okay. I don't like everybody on the planet, so I don't expect everyone on the planet to like me. How does that resonate for you? How is everyone feeling? And we don't have to have questions today, but I'd love to open up the chat if someone does have a question or even a comment as to how they're feeling and what they're going through, how they're experiencing this retrograde, whether it be Mercury retrograde, Uranus and Gemini. Holy shishka babies. It's the English version of my name, Anastasia, and the resonates a lot. Thank you so much, Sarah. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you for that clarity. Thank you. But yeah, if anyone has questions or if anyone just wants to share with the group, just know that this is a safe container and you're so welcome to share. And yeah, I just love being, yeah, I was messaging with a dear friend and client today, and it was just like, we're a vibrational match. We're on the same wavelength. We might be across time and space, but we're a match for each other. So I really love that. I really love that. But let me know, how are we feeling today? How are we feeling on this Monday? How are we feeling going into Leo season? I did record a video on Leo season. It's posting tomorrow. It's not on all signs, but it's just the vibe of it. I called it quote unquote mating season because I don't want anyone to quadruple down on work or act afoot. I want you to find your own balance in the midst of this wild kingdom that we call human life in 2025. Feeling out there in the world. How's everybody doing? glad you brought out your channel and joy to expose the weeds. Laughingly, they were already wrestling with those joyous roots for space underground. Pull them up. Thank you, Salt Cup. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. There's so much that has really come through. There's a whole past life. I think I'm going to record it tomorrow of I live in Massachusetts and I grew up in Bedford, Massachusetts. And there's a path that I love to walk. I post about it sometimes, or I post like afterwards. And I never post where I'm at when I'm there. I go there and it walks through Bedford and Concord, and it was next to Lexington. So like I had an ex once that his family's land, they couldn't touch it because like Paul Revere's horse drank water in like their field at one point in time. So like they couldn't even update the land. But is this Leo no moon similar in the burn away quality than the sun provides? That's a great question. In the burn away quality that the sun provides. I don't know if I would burn away. Could you give me a little more context? Give me a little bit more context, like another parable to go with that, because I want to make sure that I have enough of what you're saying before I answer. But the past life tale, I was walking the other day and I got a past life image of myself as a Revolutionary War soldier. And there are times, I have a whole playlist on past life tales, if you're not sure of that. Are you comparing it to yeah, thank you, Susanna. Thank you. Let's get some more context, Salt Cup, so we can give some good advice for you. We want to give some good advice. And like certain past lives, like the past life like of the witch in Salem or Salem area, it doesn't come through until I record it. And then once I record it, like the whole thing is out and I can move on with my life. And some of them I've gone back to watch and I'm like, I don't even remember channeling that. So I'm excited. Yeah. Yeah. Like the sun can clean away with its light warmth, etc., not burn. I think so. I think this new moon is pretty potent because it opposes Pluto. It's activating and trining the Saturn Neptune retrograde. So I think, what did I label it as? I think I wrote like not all who. I don't remember what I called it. A silent roar. That's what I called it. A silent roar, or not all who roar will lead, or something like that. But it's encompassed within, I did a Leo season video, it's posting tomorrow, and that will include a little bit, actually a bunch of it, on the new moon in Leo, because it's at 2 degrees. So it's perfectly trining. Hold on. Let me get the chat so I don't mix up. So 2 degrees. So it's perfectly opposing Pluto. So it's like full moon energy to Pluto in Aquarius. So the Leo sun is in wherever this falls in your chart, but in the general wheel, it's like play and fun and joy. And then opposing Pluto retrograde in our house of wishes for the future and friendships and community. So as things are falling apart, this could be an opportunity to say, like, work a little behind the scenes. The only aspect that it's making, I want to say, yeah, it's sextiling to Uranus in Gemini. So Uranus is freshly in Gemini. So I would say, I don't want to repeat everything that I say in the video. That'll be tomorrow. But Pluto is retrograde. Saturn, Neptune are retrograde. That's an opposition and a trine. And Uranus is sextiling the sun, moon, but Uranus is direct right now in Gemini. I would just say letting the sun and Leo season in general burn away anything that's not you anymore, and anything that doesn't feel like, or it could be an opportunity as Mercury is retrograde to say, why am I holding on to this? Can I give it reverence? Can I give it a ceremony? Can I let it die? Can I let an older version of me, or a younger, like a past version of me, go with ease and grace and have gratitude that they got you to this moment? But this is a perfect time to really clean up back end stuff, clean up copy. If you are a content creator or an entrepreneur in any capacity, work on back end, work on copy, work on all. Could be a huge time to journal. I'm not going to be personally manifesting classically during this new moon because Mercury is retrograde and I'm just like super duper activated by it. My natal sun is at 2 degrees of Aries. So I have Neptune and Saturn sitting on my sun, Pluto sextiling my sun, Uranus sextiling my sun, and this new moon trining my sun. So I got enough on, and things are changing every single minute and every single moment. But with Mercury retrograde in Leo, it really asks you, why am I presenting the way that I'm presenting? Am I doing it because this is my truth? Or am I doing it because I'm afraid of my own voice? Am I afraid of my own roar? Am I afraid to show the world that I'm good at something, that I love something, that I care about something, that I stand for something? It's okay to talk about your values as well as your belief systems as the gatekeep to get to you. That's okay. I recorded a short video a while ago, and it was more so like clarity in your channeling. I'm going to find it, but it could be about anything. It could be, if you care for something so much, if you love something so much that it saturates through everything that you say and do, and you can't even imagine not having those things be there. Like for me, sovereignty and leadership, that saturates through me. That comes through my sessions. That comes through every single day, wherever I am. That ship does not stop sailing. Like that's just the way that Sarah runs. And so, or the door just shut. That was beautiful. That kind of scared me a little. Palavra certas again. It's a Portuguese phrase. It means right words. And it's when something like you say something and then you hit your foot or something like that happens, like the alarm that went off earlier. It's God being like, pay attention right here. That's important. Okay, so I had a whole video to record, and then honesty in your work, clarity in your channel. I'll put those links below later on. And it really speaks to like, it's okay to have a belief system and a value or something, anything that just comes through your whole work, that comes through every single thing that you do. That's okay. But you owning it and speaking about it and saying it and like really naming it, I think that could be a nice way to use the new moon and the Mercury retrograde season. Because when we fear speaking our truth, a lot of the times, this has happened to me. It's my intuition telling me, this person ain't gonna like this, and you're probably not gonna be friends anymore after this. I just have a sensation that this isn't gonna go over well, and yeah. And that's okay. That's okay. So it gives me the validation that my intuition is spot on. It gives me the understanding that my body has been telling me this isn't safe. This isn't going to go well. And saying, do it anyways. Do it anyways. Like I said, I would rather be surrounded by no one and be myself than be surrounded by hundreds of people, be loved by people all over the world as something that I'm not, as someone that I'm not. And so this Mercury retrograde, this season, it's not like I was lying. I just felt like I wasn't, that I went so heavy into the astrology that I forgot about my singing. I forgot about dancing. I forgot about writing. I'm writing a book, and I hadn't been sharing any of that. I haven't been sharing my spoken word poetry with you. I haven't been getting on canvases and it's like, I can blame the astrology, but there are just so many things in the astrology to talk about. So I had to just kind of take a minute and pull back and be like, okay, let's figure out, don't let the out there dictate what you record, what you do. When you feel passionate about something or when it lights you up to create, then do it. Don't do it out of obligation. Don't do it out of anything else other than the inherent joy that it brings you. I can't even tell you how much I love channeling. I can't even tell you how much I love processing and how much I love what I get to, like, I can't even tell you. I can't even, like, it just feels so incredible. Like, I come out of sessions, I come out of channeling sessions, I'm like that's, I've taken a bunch of selfies like post channeling where I'm like, that was insanely cool. Like, that was cuckoo pants. And it's so beautiful and wonderful when you get to connect to galactic, multidimensional, interdimensional, extraterrestrial beings from across time and space. We get to connect someone to their guides in my sessions. When you get to connect someone to their chart, like, it's just, and you've told me that like my passion comes through here, so that means the world to me, because like this is my full-time job. This, like being here with you, my sessions, my mission, my guided meditations, my course library, mastering Mars, all of this is my full-time job. So your support means the absolute worlds to me. If anything that I've done, anything that I've created, anything that I've shared with you on this channel resonates, donations are the best way to give back right now. I have like the pinned comment, super chats are always welcome and so, so appreciated. I'm so grateful for all of your donations. And I have a whole wish list with little things that help out the cafe, ways to give back. You can always send me a testimonial if purchasing something isn't within your wheelhouse, and send me a testimonial and I can share that on my website. Any which way, like the energetic exchange, it just keeps us going. It keeps the cafe open. Literally the walls, the paper walls were donated from a subscriber. So it's very, I'm very grateful for every single one of you, and to be able to do this and to be able to connect with you. It feels like an incredible privilege to be here. And it's just, what's on the website has so much value. And I'm so proud of what I've created. So definitely check out the website, putz around. There's free stuff. There's pay what you can stuff. There's all different things. So definitely go check it out. This has been staring at me. And I love it when the world comes up reversed. Yes, Susanna, we're living in the most magical of times. It is. It is. I agree 100% with you, Susanna. It's like we get to create our world. We get to create this reality. We get to do this. The world isn't happening to us. It's available for us. And so we're the way showers. We're the leaders of the new world. Brayden, I literally just pulled the world in reverse last night. I love this. This is setting a solid foundation. You know, when the world comes up, it's like you're starting the fool's journey again. But I love this. I love it when it comes up reverse, because it feels like, okay, what you're doing, you're laying the foundation. You're putting those squares, Susanna, down. You're putting like all the nice construction of the world that you're creating. I just love it. We're finding our people. This is good. This is good stuff. There's stuff coming. There's stuff coming. Things are feeling. If things feel stagnant, ask yourself what joy are you missing? There's like a sense of joy that I want us to really incorporate. Like, when was the last time you danced for no reason? Or just like hung out? When was the last time you just like contemplated life or slowed down or read a book? That was something that really came from my fast this weekend. I just slowed down and I just played with Sybil and just like sat and tried to read and meditated. And it was such a lovely, lovely. Yes, that's one of my pay attention cards, Susanna. I love this. I love that. Such a good one. Such a good one. Yeah, it's like good things are it just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. Oh my gosh. It just keeps getting better. It's so good. We're finding our people, and there's celebrations to be had. 2, 3 water, 2, 3 of cups. That's Cancer energy, I want to say. Yeah, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. I love that. The pay attention card. Yeah, 6 of Wands really. I've loved that card for a long time. The trees, I have trees on my back tattooed, and there's 6 of them. So I always think of like the 6 of Wands is like right there. Is right there. I got the 2 and 3 of Cups last night too. Braided. We are a vibrational match for each other. And this message is like, God's like, pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. What cycles have you ended? I want you celebrating something. I need you to find a reason to celebrate yourself. Do it on the new moon if you need an astrological validation, but I need you celebrating yourself. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. I love this for us. I love this for us. Yeah, there's just, in an ever-changing world, and like Susanna, it's like the most magical of times. You can have anything. You just have to decide. And What's beautiful, I was gonna say infuriating, but what's beautiful about universe is that if it's not your highest timeline and you're missing something, God won't let you move forward. Yes, I'm so proud of you. Do it. Do it. Yes, I'll make a list of my accomplishments later tonight and celebrate. Anyone else, if that really resonates, give yourself a season of celebration. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to incorporate that because that is one of the most important things to tell the universe, do it, do it, do it. When we've completed a cycle, a celebration is the way that you've told the universe, I'm ready for something new. So think of the cycle as complete. When you don't celebrate, energy goes up or down. It is leaky. It is not contained. But a celebration, that's why at full moons, I like to do full moon celebrations, full moon healings, full moon channeling, because it says this season is over, done. I'm ready for a new season to start. And really, you are your biggest critic, but that means you also have to always, always, always be your biggest supporter too. Braden, 111%. Like, I couldn't agree more with that statement. We are our harshest critic. We are our biggest, like, you did that wrong. You said that wrong. You tripped on air. You did this. You did this. You don't look this way. You don't have, like, you haven't done enough. You haven't done all of those things. But when you start to love yourself, that critic just goes to the background. Just goes to the background. There's this incredible content creator that I've mentioned in one of my last videos, Leo Skeppy. I am absolutely binging all of his stuff. I couldn't be more grateful that he is just holding me as a container right now. But one thing that he said is, like, those old thoughts, you can say to the critic, to the old thought, like, I'm not entertaining you. I don't have space to listen to you. Speak it out loud. I've done that numerous times this past weekend where there's a situation in my human life where I could spend a long time worrying about a person that I know that is actively making decisions to stay in an environment, in a situation that my egoic Sarah has deemed as not ideal for that person. That's a lot of ego. But I could say it's worry, or I like all these things. I could label it as whatever. I could spend my time worrying about that person. They're in their perfect paradigm, or else they would be in another. So that's a judgment I had to tell myself. But when my brain goes to the catastrophizing, I just literally would say, I don't have energy for those thoughts. I don't believe that. I think that that person's on their highest timeline, and I believe in them, and they're doing the best that they can with the tools that they have. So I can't even entertain those thoughts. And I swipe it behind me. Literally, you'll see me out in the world and I will swipe an idea, a thought, like a notification I don't want. I swipe it behind me. Like, get behind me. Like the devil card, get behind me. Get behind me. And I love what Braden is saying. We have to be our biggest supporter. We have to be our biggest cheerleader. And it starts right now. It starts right now. After this live, and I'm going to do a whole video on this, but an older version of us, a less evolved version of us, we can label as dead and gone. Like, Jonathan, it's so good to see you. I'm so happy you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Never, never late. It's like a wizard. You're right on time. We can let a version of us take a few moments after this live today, before you do anything else, and just say, what version of myself am I not going to entertain anymore? What thought am I not going to entertain anymore? What am I going to leave in the past that's done and closed? It could be catastrophizing. It could be negative self-talk. So then when it comes up, you can say, that's not me. And you can just say, that's not me. You could just label it as, that's not me. Because it'll take a bit to tucker itself out, but you can actually change your life. A fresh start is this breath. A fresh start is this live. A fresh start is this Mercury retrograde. A fresh start is this day. Whatever you have decided, when that cycle is closed, it can be done. It literally can be that defined, but you have to be 100% ready to let it go. You can't say, okay, I'm not going to catastrophize anymore, except about this one situation. This one situation, I have to catastrophize it. I just can't not. It can't be that way. We can't lie to energy. We can't lie to God source. We can't, the creator. We can't do it. Yes. Sending love to Bruce Wayne. I love that. I love that. Bruce Wayne is Susanna's cat, and he's just such a dear, such a dear. So we could leave a lot behind. We could really leave so much in this retrograde season. We could leave so much. And Sybil, she's such a love muffin. She's such a darling. She's roaming the house. She's made friends with flies. And it's really sweet because she doesn't kill them. And they like play with her. Like, it's really strange. Like, they recognize at first that she's not killing them, and then they play. So she's made friends with flies. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But we can really look at, what are we celebrating? What healthy ego integration work can we do right now? How can we love ourselves so much? And how can we ask our higher selves, what's missing? What's missing? That's adorable, Jonathan. Oh my God, I love that. I love that. It's just the cutest thing. Like, she didn't even come up for dinner last night because she was playing with her fly friend. I was like, girl, it's waiting whenever you want it. That's rare. That's rare for Sib. But it was a really lovely moment that she's like, I have a friend. But yeah, she plays with the fly. It's so cute. What else is underneath this? Yeah. There's a sovereignty and a safety and security that we're finding within ourselves right now. It has to start within. It has to start within. And that will flourish into our environment to the point where we can say, like we talked about earlier, let them, but I can figure anything out. I can figure anything out. I can absolutely, like, no matter what comes, I can figure it out. If the world is going to world, because it's gonna, say, okay, I can figure it out. I can navigate this. I trust myself. I just got a full chill. I think that so many people, or even just one person on this live, could benefit from saying, I trust myself. I trust myself. I really, or someone that's watching later on, if that resonates, like, please comment below, but just saying, I trust myself. I believe in myself. I got this. There have been moments where I've been walking into maybe meetings that I was nervous about, or situations I know I had to have tough conversations with people, and I was a little nervous as to how I was going to handle it. And at first I would just say, like, little Sarah, inner child, I've got you, like literally like rubbing my body. And then I would just take some deep breaths and just, I got this. I'll say the right words. I'll say what I need to say, and I'll speak from my statements. I can do this. I got this. I got this. And sometimes if I'm looking in the mirror, I'll say, you got this. You could do this, girl. You are just like such a divine being of light, and I'm so freaking proud of you. Like, look at you persevering. Look at your gumption. Like, keep it up. Keep it up. Yes, 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 Jonathan. I love that. I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful to be a match with you for that, because it's very, just like Braden had said, like, we have to do it. There's no one outside of us that is going to cheerlead us in the way we need to be cheerleaded. Cheerleaded? I don't know how it was. You know what I mean? And we can't expect other people to do that for us because they're responsible for themselves. You have to fill up your own cup. You have to fill up your own bucket container first before you can do anything. Before you can give, before you can create, before you can hold space for another, you have to, like Jonathan said, steady your ship. You have to know where you're going. You have to know why you're doing what you're doing. It's something that really shifted for me. I revisited my why statement. I think it was last week or the week. I don't know what time it is anymore, so I apologize. Because I have my quest, my mission statement that's in my about section for my business. It's on the website. It's on YouTube as well. But my personal why statement, it had been so long since I had really created it. And so it needed an update. It needed a little rouge on the cheeks. So as soon as I really revisited that and reminded myself, like, why do you get up every day? Like, literally, what's your, like, Tony Robbins language, your compelling vision? Like, what is your why statement, Simon Sinek, Maston Kipp language? Like, this is not just my language, but it helps to have a North Star. It helps to know that's where my compass is pointing. So as the seas get rocky, I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I know what brings me to this table. I know what brings me to the cafe. I know why I created the cafe. I know all of these things. And so, yeah, I would say, do you have a why statement? Do you have a purpose, a mission statement? Do you have a compelling vision, any of those things, or a mission statement for your company, for your business? Really needing to ground and check in with myself, give myself time, really resonates. Saturn retrograde is asking the why, really resonates. Yes, all of this. Jonathan, I'm so happy that this is resonating. I'm so happy. And I love that Mercury is giving us that container of the retrograde to just go inward and say, I don't need to do this public facing. I can do this in a more authentic way. I don't have to show up and preach to any of you like I have it all figured out, where I'm like, no, I'm in the depths. I'm in the trenches right there with you. Like, we're not, as astrologers, as channelers, we're not omitted from this energy in any capacity. We are getting like beamed down, beam me up, Scotty type energy just as much as everyone else is. And it's been potent. It's been magical. It's been wondrous. So much of this Uranus and Gemini, show of likes and hands, who got hit hard with that shift and change. There are times that I'm just like, I can see the air breathing. I can do this. Like, my channels have just been off the rocker. And there's something that I've really been processing, which is when you go through these massive upgrades, you're going to be a new version of yourself. I'm still figuring it all out, Susanna. It's like, what's going on? We can't get mad at our guides for giving us a message today that maybe shifts tomorrow. What do you mean by that, Sarah? Like, they'll tell you what to do, and then you'll go do it, and then you'll be an updated version of yourself. And then for me, at least, and then I come back to my guides, so it's like, you told me to go down a side quest. And they're like, you had to go down the side quest to become the version of yourself that you are right now. So we told you to do exactly what your soul asked us to tell you to do at this moment in time. So don't get mad at us. Don't get mad at us. Yes. Massive shifts have been happening all year. Huge, Braden. Mercury retrograde is actually giving me confidence with others. Yes. Self stuff, ego, death, and awareness. Huge, Jonathan. They've yet tried to stop. Yes. Yes. Big shifts. Oh my goodness. It's so lovely and magical. Just like Susanna said, we're living in the most magical time where this is a commonplace conversation. Like, that is amazing. That is amazing. It's just, I went back once and watched some of the first times I ever channeled on YouTube. And I think it was Past Life Tales. And I was like nervous to be like looking at my, like, I was nervous. I was like, thank you for holding space for me. Thank you for being like talking to you. And I was like, this is very vulnerable. But it's like, I've been doing this for so long. It's like, it was coming out my eyes. I was like, I can't not share this. Yes. And people who want to talk about the weather instead, I do not understand. Susanna, I get you, girl. I can't talk about the weather. I can't talk about the weather. Nope, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I got nothing for it anymore. I mean, unless it's like weather manipulation that you want to talk about, like, unless you want to go down that rabbit hole, like, I'm super, I'll be, yeah, let's do this. But no, it's very, but also what I've recognized is that paradigm, that's real. That's 100% real. And it's very much like a lot of people might not even be experiencing the upgrades and the downloads and the awakening. People might not even be experiencing it. And it was something that I had channeled a while ago because I was running around being like, how are people living normal lives, doing the thing, going to work? I was like, what is going on, God? And God was like, Sarah, they are choosing, their soul has chosen not to experience this pot of the awakening. And I was like, so they can't feel this? And they're like, no, they can't feel it. So I'm walking around like a feral animal looking cuckoo pants. They're like, yeah, they just see you as a feral animal looking cuckoo pants. Yes, you're glitching their matrix, but they can't experience that same language. And that's okay. But it knocked my socks off. It just absolutely, yes, like hard trying to get through small talk. And don't, Jonathan. And it's like, and I say that with so much love. It depends on the person, definitely, and depends on the human being, whether it's family or close friends. Like, then you definitely, like, you can just sit back and listen. That's something that I really have been working on for myself, is that if someone doesn't want my perspective and opinion, And I can just say like, oh my God, thank you for sharing your reality. That's not my reality. And then they don't ask me what is my reality. Then I'll just listen. I can just listen and witness. I can just listen and just watch someone, another soul having a human experience in this world without needing to adjust them or change them. Because then that makes me, how do I say? It's like my perspective and opinion isn't really like in that juncture, meaning like I'm not looking to change my opinion, perspective, values, belief systems from that person's perspective and opinion. So why would I try to change theirs? Just let them be. It's like, wow, we're just travelers on the road of life. It's just nice to see you. And I was emailing with someone that I met just recently, and we were just happened to be at the solstice stones at the same time. And I literally sometimes think of myself and everyone in life like I'm just like a Gandalf figure, and we're just like bumping around in Hobbiton times. And it's just like, oh my God, look at you having a human experience. It's nice to see you again. And a lot of us are old souls that remember each other from past lives, and we've definitely had lives together. If we're a vibrational match right now, where it's just like, oh my God, look at you. That's your avatar. How cool. This is my avatar. Yeah, I like to put sparkles on mine. Oh my God, that's how you like to dress. That's what you like to eat. That's what you think. Like, how cool is that? And just let them be. And it's just, yeah, it's a beautiful moment of, it's like a symphony of human experiences. Do you have any hot takes about feeling multiple callings? I'm feeling torn because I feel like I have to choose one and stick to it. That is a really great question. And so I don't like niching down. I think as many things as you can do because it makes it a part of your storefront. So if this is in regards to like, what do I do for a profession? Or because that's what I'm guessing. And so please correct me if I'm wrong. If it's like, what's my product? What is it that I sell? I want you to start to think of your social media, whatever platform you use, as like a physical storefront in the mall. And so when someone walks by, say you're a tarot reader. Okay, we all have these cards. We all know these cards. We love these cards. But you putting just tarot in the front door says, okay, well, it's just general tarot. But when you put pictures on the wall of things that you love, where you pick the aesthetic that's you, where you share like, my love of Tolkien is like effervescent and just like always comes into my work. When you share the other sides of yourself, your favorite songs or all the different niches as they're called right now, that shows the person walking by your storefront in the mall, oh, I love that. I love Studio Ghibli. I love this. I love this. Oh my God, that's so cool. And they are drawn to it. That's why so much of like actually showing your passions and your values and your belief systems, that's so important. It is without question. Like me putting sovereignty and leadership on everything says to everybody who wants to walk into the store, oh, I'm taking responsibility for myself if I walk in here. You know that right out the gate. So you don't have to be surprised when you're getting a tarot reading from me or having a session and that's something that comes out my mouth. You know right out the gate that that's what we're talking about. So I find that when you're showing your callings or utilizing beautiful things called time blocks, which is like having, how do I want to say? I want to ask, is this about like work? Like, what is it that I'm offering? Is it about like your purpose as how I'm getting paid? Let me know if that's what it is, or if it's like, I want to be an artist, but I also want to do this, but I also want to do this. Let me know. Because I think that there are ways, and head over to my website and you will see how many different things are over there. And whether it's art, whether it's writing, whether it's, I have an entire course library, I have my private sessions, I have my membership group, all different things. Past life tales, all different things, all different things. And so the umbrella that I've put it under is the multidimensional cafe and the mission statements that come with that. So maybe asking yourself your why statements could be helpful, like your mission statement for your content or your art or your whatever you're putting out into the world, having a mission statement that can be all encompassing to that. So if you are making art, if you are creating something, if you are putting something out there and it's all under that umbrella, you're like, this is me. This is me showing who I am. This is me living my why statement. This is me living my truth. And people will be drawn to that because of your authenticity. But I think if we all just said, oh, I just read tarot cards, or oh, I just hold sessions. And people are like, well, what does that mean? What do you mean we hold sessions? I was like, well, I channel, I do this, I do, like, you have to have a little bit more of the flavor in the soup. I hope that resonates. Let me know if that resonates. Let me know. Because I've tried multiple times very publicly to niche down. I've tried many times to, I mean, in the past week, to like be so heavy into the astrology and forget about the channeling and forget about the past life tales and forget about my poetry and all these different things. So it's personally, for me, it's showing your prospective client who you really are. Or you can flip it and go to, what is my ideal client? That's something within leadership that people talk about. It's not about you niching down, but it's about you saying, okay, what is my ideal client? And naming them, naming that collection of people. You know, I like to say, like, leaders with a growth mindset. Those are my people. Doesn't matter what arena you're in, but leaders with a growth mindset that are radically self-responsible, self-led, that are driven, that are passionate, that maybe are already have their spiritual awakening and foundation. Maybe you're in a spiritual entrepreneurship or are in corporate or leaving corporate. Those are my people. Yes, I want to pursue art, but I also want to be in homeopathic holistic health and go back to school. I feel like I'm putting 30 in art and 30 for my current job and 30 in getting my BA. I'm so glad that you're saying this. There are many seasons of life where sometimes that is what you're in. That is what you're in. So making sure that you always have the job that you're getting paid for. And if your current job, I'll speak to both. If your current job is connected to your mission, then definitely give it 30%. If your current job is just to pay the bills, using some like energy pullback, like show up, do your job, be fully present while you're there, but maybe pull back on social conversations, maybe pull back on different things like that. It's also like, how can I cohesively make sense to all these callings? What side rules your ninth house? Do you know? Beautiful question. Beautiful, beautiful question, Susanna. I love that. I love that. I love that. Yeah, what sign rules your ninth house? That could be a great place to look. I love that. I love that that's what came out. Big things. Big things. Seasons. All right, let me ask. That flew by. Usually does. Let me ask. And asking yourself, do you feel sustained? Like, do you feel like that the course that you're on is sustainable? Being like you don't feel drained. You have time for yourself as well. You have time for rest and integrating. Like, that's why. Gemini, that's why. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Susanna, what do you think of that? Yeah, 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 yeah. Uranus and Gemini right now. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. 100%. That's going with it. As long as you feel good and safe in what you're doing, follow that. Follow that. For wherever Gemini is following your chart right now, you might be doing things that you have no idea why you're doing them, but they will make sense one day. They will 100% make sense one day. So that makes perfect, perfect, perfect sense. Make sure you give yourself rest. That other 10%, rest, relaxation, contemplation. Beautiful, beautifully said, Susanna. Beautifully said. Follow where that energy leads you and trust that it's for a reason. 100%. 100, 100, 100%. I absolutely love that. Oh, yeah. That makes so much sense. Virgo, no plans. Keep getting Hermit and Justice card. Hmm. Is it in every spread, Jonathan? Or are there specific questions that are being asked? Because I'm thinking Justice is Libra. Yeah, I'm feeling like clarity will come when clarity is meant to come. And that's infuriating for myself because it's like, I want clarity now. And God's like, well, it's not here. So can you trust the cloud? You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Can you trust the cloudiness or the, yeah, Libra ninth too, a little, and 90% of spreads for myself. That's fascinating. That's fascinating. Maybe, Jonathan, maybe don't look at it through the lens of astrology. Maybe sit in a meditative space and bring the scale, like the archetype of justice and the archetype of hermit to the same table. You know me, I love a cafe table, especially in meditations or kind of like visualizations in meditations, and ask them in meditation, like, what are you trying to teach me? What are you trying to teach me? And give them more of a, like, let the cards come to life. Where is it? If that makes sense. Let the cards come to life. And that could be a nice way to channel through the lens of the tarot. Like, have them in front of you and just be like, okay, what are you trying to teach me? What is this? Like, I've got this Mercury retrograde season. I'm in this. Like, talk to them and say, what are you trying to teach me here? That could be a really wonderful way to utilize both of those archetypes, because when they keep coming up and keep coming up, it's a repeated pattern and a message that maybe we're trying to say it's a specific way and it wants to come through in a different way. It wants to come through in a different way. So, and maybe I'm thinking like the South Node is in Virgo and the South Node was in Libra in the past season. So look at where the South Node is. That could also be another entirely different lens. Yes, yes. They're always in future positions. Things are working themselves out. Maybe trusting that a little bit more. Maybe letting your energetic vibration be in the space of, I know things are working out. I know everything works in my favor. How can I let my nervous system know now that that's what happens? Like, how can I let my mind and my body feel into that vibration if every bit of the validation is like, things are working out. Things are working out. You're learning from this. Things are working out. Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Jonathan. I love you all so much. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for being here today. I will see you next week. You are so welcome, Jonathan. Thank you for sharing. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I'm just so proud of this group and how we show up and how we ask questions and share. And this is a beautiful place to share your woo, if that's like your language, that if somebody asks a question, it doesn't have to just be me that answers. See how Susanna jumps in, see how Jonathan jumps in, how Braden jumps, like everyone can jump in with questions as well as perspectives and validations and say, this is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm going through. You are so safe and welcome to share that here with the Multidimensional Cafe Collective. So know you can try on your woo. You're welcome to do that. And I invite you to do that and to share what you see when someone shares. So this is a safe space. So I really want to honor that. And yeah, I love you all so much. Enjoy your Monday. Enjoy your week. Enjoy the beginning of Leo season, the new moon, all the different things. Yes. Mwah. I love when you let out your woo. I love it. I love it. I love it. I will see you all next week at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. Have a beautiful week, everyone. I'll see you soon.